it is so rare these days, so rare to find a person that is kind, that is caring, that is humane, that feels sincere enough to be with you, to care for you, to make yourself feel loved, to worry for you. It's so rare to find a person that is living is living. It's so rare to find a person who doesn't portray or give anything to the world but just is, and them being themselves is a gift to the world. Those people, are they even alive? Because every single person that has done something great always has a mask, I feel. Because if they do not have a mask, then how would they be able to give products, be able to give ideas that impact all people in the world? If it impacts everyone, then why is it that in like a soul level, them being themselves shouldn't impact everyone? Because as humans, yes, on a physical level, we need products, we need material things that increase the level of happiness we feel in our day to day, right? But what about as a person who feels, who can change the way they feel, who can rewire their mind, who can get another personality for themselves? For people, as people, are there any people who can influence us on that regard? The people who influence us and who want us to make our personality more ours are people who do not care about making a product or portraying a certain style or portraying someone that isn't themselves, because them being themselves is the fact that this person has got this spark of having to do something because of it. So we feel impacted when we do something that makes us feel like we are valued. Then the rarity that I'm trying to put my finger on is just us having to feel valued by someone that looks at us and goes, you are valuable because you are you. And this isn't just a sentence, it should come with slow progression, it should come with slow inner knowings. Like, let me give you an example. So one day I was what was I doing? I think I was reading a book or something. Okay, so what happened was I realized that I didn't focus as much on the book anymore. I couldn't physically focus easily. And at first I thought it might be because I was putting my focus on other areas of my life, and as time progresses I can put focus on this again. So I left it, right? But time progressed and I again picked that book up. What happened was I realized that it wasn't my focus which was the problem. The problem was that I even wanted to force myself to focus. The problem was I kept on forcing myself to focus, in the sense of waking up early as well. I kept on forcing myself to do that. For what? Okay, to be healthy, to have more time in the day. Okay, but is that giving me peace? Am I feeling happy because of that? My main center point is peace, okay? So if I want to feel peace within, then I have to do things that make me feel peaceful. I have to do things that are valuable to me. So this rarity of a person that I just explained to you, it goes to habits as well. It goes to habits we cultivate as well for ourselves. We are pathfinders. We are people who are going to find our own path. So I realized this, and I sat there and I told my mind to shut up with trying to force myself into doing this thing. And I told it that I need peace right now, and I have touched this book because I need that peace. So if I'm wanting to force myself to focus again and again, that's not going to work. So I need another game plan. Then I took out my journal, obviously. I took out my journal and I journaled. Let me tell you a summary of it. So I wrote, in the past, I have cared too much about habits that are are going to make me better, are going to make me happier, are going to help me. I've cared too much about caring about them. So I'm going to change the script now. I'm going to go towards these habits not because I need to go towards them, because I know I am whole. I know I am at peace already. I am at peace already. I am whole. I do not even need to do these things to live a great life. But what I will do from now on is that whenever I want to feel at peace, naturally I will do these things. Naturally I will do yoga. Naturally I will read a book. I don't do this because I need peace. I do these things because naturally I am feeling inclined to do these things already from my peace. So these are not filling me, these are just not add-ons as well. They are just things or tools that are with me that I can use anytime I want to be more myself. Anytime I want to confirm to myself that I do believe in myself, I am going to pick a tool and I am going to do that naturally, because now I am at peace and now I am actively trying to not be in the past. I am trying to actively not be someone who used to force herself into anything. So you know what this simple practice does to you? For me, I'm still ongoing with it actively, but I think the main gist of what it is doing to me is that it's making me much more myself. It's making me believe in myself much more, because I am not following another person's way of doing things. I am not following another person who's waking up early. I am following my own game plan. I am following my own center point, which is peace for me. So this is the path that I have found, the rare path that I have chosen for myself to find not peace but to find solace in that peace. So this just strengthens my belief in who I am as a person. This makes me believe in myself to the fact that I do not need to talk with another person to understand myself. I need to understand myself through myself, and this is how I am doing that. So this is rare. This practice itself is rare because it's unique to me. So a person is a rarity if they feel unique, and if they make you feel valuable, then you are also rare if you make yourself feel valuable. So if you have all of the tools and your center point as well in a golden platter served to you, why wouldn't you take that opportunity? Why wouldn't you take that opportunity to help yourself believe in yourself even more? My hands are shaking. That's the amount of energy, of peace that is radiating through me right now. And I want you to feel that peace too. Not peace, whoever you are, whatever is your main center point, I want you to find that. And it's easy to find that. Just look at how people are not rare. Just listen to what it is in everyone that you don't like. And the opposite of that is your center point. We are rare creatures. You know how long it had to take for us to realize that we couldn't live like another person? How much propaganda, societal structures was required for us to get here? If I think about it, it makes me nervous, because if we continue in the same way, we are all going to be copies of the copy of the copy. We aren't going to be anyone unique. We aren't going to influence people. We aren't going to impact people, because we are not being ourselves. You being authentic is much more than you. You being authentic to yourself is not only a you thing, it is needed right now. People need you. People need you being authentic so that they can be authentic. That's it. That's it. That's what we need right now. I want to ingrain that in your brain, because honestly, if you weren't valuable, if you weren't this different, why would you first of all listen to me talk about this difference that we all have? And second of all, why were you even born? Because we are authentic for a reason. I like to believe that. And I like to also believe that we have the capability to use our authenticity. There are certain cons of having to find your own way of doing things. The main one is being misunderstood by people, and the second one would be your self-doubt. Am I doing the right thing? Nobody is doing this. Why am I doing this? Should I be doing this? Am I that worthy? Am I that worthy of doing things my own way? And the third con probably would be trusting yourself again, because trust issues are on a rise nowadays. Can I trust myself enough to lead a life that is mine from my own things? It's hard to grasp our minds with that concept. I can live from my own philosophy. I can live and I can create abundance for myself because of myself and not because of following another person. But I'm here to tell you that you can. That's possible. And if you watch other things that are more spiritual, then this isn't a spiritual thing actually. But the thing is, your mind can't grasp on it because it's an unfamiliar concept, and it can't be told or advised onto you other than sentences like be yourself or do your own thing. How do you do your own thing, right? But I'm here to tell you also that you already know how. It's just the societal propaganda that is making you believe that you aren't worthy of doing your own thing, because how do you know that that will work? But you are only one person. There isn't another person with the same mindset and everything like you. So how do you expect another person to reflect your own path? Because you are different. The path that you're creating right now is for you, it's not for others. So it's going to be hard at first. It's going to be hard to make your mind be on the same level as your soul is, but what happens next is you get to live a life that is meaningful for you and not for status or ego, which is how everyone is living right now. And you can't make me not say that. We all know that. So yeah, you're doing great. The fact that you even are able to grasp and feel the things that I'm saying right now says how different you are from the world. So I just encourage us all to start embracing our own difference. Yeah. And it's complex. That is why I am trying to drag on this video, because I just want to give you as comfort as possible, as much as I can. But yeah, just stay with us, stay with this community, and I wish you all the best.